Who would have ever thought that toothpicks could turn into structures of wonder? We sure didn't, until we met Stan Munro, the man behind the remarkable ToothpicksCity.
This all started by accident, really. I was unemployed TV presenter for 3 months, and I just had to keep busy. So I came up with the idea to build a whole city out of toothpicks, everything being the same scale. And it just kind of snowballed until I actually have my second exhibit, ToothpicksCity 2, Temples and Towers. And it's just overwhelming and fun.
His first introduction to toothpicks was in grade school when Stan's art teacher instructed the class to make a toothpick structure that was 6 inches tall. In 2003, Stan started ToothpicksCity, which is currently on display at a museum in Spain after it was bought from him. But the largest toothpick structure in the world, with almost 4 million toothpicks, is here in Syracuse, New York.
This exhibit actually goes up for sale in July. I have some interest in from a gentleman in Dubai. I don't want to say who yet, but this could be really exciting. Or we could get a water leak tomorrow and it's all over.
The centerpiece of the exhibit stands almost 19 feet tall, as the projected Burj Khalifa Tower sets to break the record of the tallest structure in the world. To execute the toothpick engineering part of Stan's work is simple, but the planning part is a little more involved.
This is a small cathedral in the mountains of France, and what I'll do is I'll get satellite photos and then get pictures from every different angle, and I also get schematics off the internet. And when I know the exact size that I want it to be for the 1 to 164 scale, I literally just make it, blow it up to the size I need it, and literally just trace it. So hold it right up.
Stan lines up toothpicks in a long strip, puts masking tape on the back, and glues a line of toothpicks on either side of the tape. When the glue is dry, he takes the tape off.
It's not as hard as you think. And then you just work on the different shapes, and it's fun. I mean, I literally get to play with toothpicks every day, and I love it.
On average, a tower will take about a week, but a major temple will take more time. For example, the Grand Mosque in Mecca took more than 3 months to build, and even longer to plan how to build it.
I remember the evening, I actually did all the math for just the size of the Grand Mosque. And I remember thinking, I could cheat a little bit, just to make it a little bit smaller and fit through the door, the front door of my house. And then I realized I couldn't, you can't cheat on something like this. So I, did it as faithfully as I could. And that's why I designed it in several different sections, so it can take it apart and try to make it so you don't see the seams. But 3 months, night and day, working on it. And I remember finally putting everything together. I didn't have a room big enough to see it when it was all together. So I set it up in the garage, and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I just cried because it was just so incredible to see the whole thing put together finally.
But what the children say when they look to the Vatican, which is almost 10 feet long.
When people come to the museum, that's one of the first things they see is the Vatican. And the kids get a kick out of it, but even the parents are the ones that say, Mommy and Daddy went here, and so there's a certain sense of pride in that you know something about the exhibit.
Stan continues to amaze us, gluing together what we only thought we could pick between our teeth into astonishing works of art.